The moment you hear the name, a certain image forms in your mind. Razor-sharp lines, the sound of an engine streaming toward red line, and a machine built with one purpose, to dominate the road and the racetrack alike. The 2026 Kawasaki Ninja ZX-10R carries that legacy forward, representing decades of superbike evolution. But this machine isn't just about numbers on a spec sheet. It's about emotion, engineering precision, and the feeling of complete control when man and machine become perfectly synchronized. At first glance, the design immediately tells you this is a motorcycle born from racing DNA. The bodywork is aggressive yet refined, sculpted with aerodynamic intent. Every edge seems purposeful, every contour designed to slice through the air. The front fascia looks almost predatory, with its compact LED headlights set deep within the fairing, giving the bike an unmistakable stare that feels focused and determined. Winglet-style aerodynamic elements subtly integrated into the front cowl help stabilize the bike at high speeds, a technology clearly inspired by modern superbike racing. Moving along the side profile, the Ninja ZX-10R feels incredibly compact and tightly packaged. The fuel tank is sculpted to lock the rider into position, while the tail section rises sharply, giving the bike a poised, ready-to-launch posture. The paint finishes and graphics are unmistakably premium, combining Kawasaki's iconic racing heritage with a modern, high-performance aesthetic. Even standing still, the motorcycle feels fast, like a coiled spring waiting to explode forward. But the real personality of this machine comes alive when you press the starter. The engine fires up with a deep, mechanical growl that quickly settles into a precise, rhythmic idle. Beneath the fairings lies a finely tuned inline-4 engine that embodies the essence of a modern superbike. Smooth, powerful, and incredibly responsive, this engine is designed to deliver relentless acceleration while maintaining razor-sharp control. As the revs climb, the character of the engine transforms. At lower speeds it feels composed and manageable, almost deceptively calm. But twist the throttle further and the power delivery becomes explosive. The engine surges forward with breathtaking urgency, pulling harder and harder as it climbs toward the upper reaches of the rev range. That signature high revving scream is intoxicating, the kind of sound that sends chills down the spine of any performance enthusiast. What truly sets this machine apart is the way that power is delivered. It's not just raw speed, it's controlled aggression. The throttle response feels immediate yet predictable, allowing riders to precisely meter the immense power available. Whether you are carving through canyon roads or accelerating down a straight stretch of highway, the connection between the rider's wrist and the rear wheel feels incredibly direct. Out on the open road, the riding experience reveals another layer of the Ninja ZX-10R's personality. The chassis feels incredibly rigid and planted, giving the rider a sense of confidence that few machines can match. The lightweight frame works in harmony with the suspension, creating a bike that feels both stable at high speeds and remarkably agile through corners. Lean into a turn and the bike responds instantly, almost telepathically. The steering is sharp but not nervous, offering precise feedback through the handlebars. As the tires grip the pavement and the bike arcs through a corner, there's a feeling of balance that makes the entire experience feel almost effortless. Braking performance is equally impressive. High-performance brake components deliver immense stopping power, yet the feel at the lever remains progressive and controllable. Hard braking into a corner feels stable and predictable, allowing the rider to push limits with confidence. And yet, despite its race-bred performance, the Ninja ZX-10R manages to remain surprisingly usable in real-world riding. The riding position is aggressive, as expected from a superbike, but the ergonomics have been refined enough to reduce fatigue during longer rides. The seat provides solid support, and the relationship between the bars, seat, and foot pegs creates a cockpit that feels purposefully designed for control. Wind protection from the aerodynamic fairing helps reduce fatigue at higher speeds, while the carefully shaped fuel tank allows riders to tuck in comfortably when pushing the bike harder. It's a machine that clearly prioritizes performance, but it hasn't forgotten the human element. Technology also plays a massive role in defining the modern identity of the Ninja ZX-10R. The motorcycle is equipped with a sophisticated electronics suite that continuously monitors and adjusts performance parameters to keep the bike stable and predictable. Advanced traction control, cornering ABS, launch control, and multiple riding modes allow riders to tailor the bike's behavior depending on conditions or personal preference. The electronic systems operate almost invisibly in the background. You don't constantly feel them working, but when the situation demands it, such as accelerating hard out of a corner or riding on less than perfect pavement, they step in seamlessly to maintain control. The digital instrument display presents all this information in a clear and modern interface. Speed, gear position, lean angle, power mode, and traction settings are displayed in a layout that feels intuitive and easy to read even at a glance. For riders who love data and performance metrics, the display becomes a window into the bike's dynamic behavior. But numbers and technology alone don't capture the full story of this motorcycle. The real magic happens during those moments when the road opens up ahead and the engine begins to sing. The sensation of accelerating through the gears, feeling the surge of power pushing you forward, and hearing the engine climb toward its red line is something that can't be fully described, it has to be experienced. On winding roads, the bike feels alive beneath you. Every shift of body weight, every throttle input, every subtle movement translates directly into motion. The feedback from the chassis and suspension creates a sense of connection that makes the rider feel deeply engaged with the machine. There's also a certain emotional thrill that comes from riding a motorcycle with such a strong racing heritage. The Ninja ZX-10R carries the spirit of championship-winning machines, and that legacy is evident in every aspect of its design and performance. Yet despite its intimidating capabilities, the bike never feels unapproachable. With the right respect and smooth inputs, it rewards the rider with an experience that feels both exhilarating and precise. As the ride winds down and the engine returns to idle, there's a lingering sense that this motorcycle is more than just a high-performance machine. It represents the culmination of years of engineering refinement, racing experience, and relentless pursuit of speed. The 2026 Ninja ZX-10R is not simply about going fast, it's about delivering a complete sensory experience. The sound of the engine, the responsiveness of the throttle, the stability of the chassis, and the advanced technology all come together to create something truly special. For riders who crave performance and precision, it stands as a symbol of what modern superbike engineering can achieve. A machine built for those who understand that riding isn't just transportation, it's passion. And when you finally step away from it, helmet in hand, there's one thought that inevitably stays with you. This isn't just a motorcycle. It's a ninja.